Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the drama film, Nightmare Alley. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. Stanton Stan Carlisle destroys his house in the Midwest and joins a traveling circus as a clown. When the carnival nerd grows ill, owner Clem asks Stan to assist in getting rid of him. Stan is shocked by the idea that any man could be so despicable as to play as a geek, live in filth in a cage, and bite the heads off of live chickens to placate the crowd. Clem reveals that he looks for unstable men who are alcoholics or drug addicts and entices them with the promise of a temporary employment in alcohol laced with opium. He then makes a new geek by abusing them physically and mentally till they spiral into lunacy and depravity as a result of their dependence. He demonstrates to Stan where he keeps the moonshine he makes to keep some of the carnies in check, but he cautions him not to confuse it with the wood alcohol he keeps close by. The clairvoyant performer Madame Zena and her alcoholic husband Pete are Stan's co-workers. Pete starts teaching Stan about cold reading and an elaborate coded language system that Zena uses to make it seem like she has extraordinary mental abilities. He and Zena caution Stan to never utilize these abilities to continue deceiving audience members in a spook show, as they refer to the practice of performing for the dead. If they do, people may suffer harm. Meanwhile, Stan develops feelings for Molly, a fellow performer, and approaches her with a plan for a two-person act that would take place outside of the carnival. Stan unintentionally delivers Pete the wrong bottle one night, and the elderly man ingests wood alcohol and dies. In the aftermath, Stan professes his love for Molly and tells her again about his intentions. They depart from the carnival when she accepts. Using the strategies taught by Zena and Pete, Stan recreated himself 2 years later as the Great Stanton, a psychic act for Chicago's affluent urban elite, with Molly serving as his assistant. Dr. Lilith Ritter, a psychologist, interrupts their performance in an effort to reveal their code system. Stan can outwit Ritter thanks to his cold reading, which protects their performance. Later, the affluent Judge Harrington approaches him and tells him that Ritter was hired to put Stan to the test. Now that he has come to believe in Stan's talents, he makes a generous offer to compensate him so that he might help him and his wife connect with their deceased kid. Molly is against the spook show, while Stan is in favor of it. Stan is invited to Ritter's office. Although she is aware that he is a con artist, she is fascinated by his capacity for deception. She has amassed sensitive information about numerous members of Chicago's social elite through the recordings of her client sessions. She and Stanton fall in love after realizing they share similar values, and they work together to influence Harrington with the help of Ritter, who discreetly gives him personal details to support his act. Stan also starts therapy sessions with her. During these sessions, Stan confesses his anger for his alcoholic father, whom he killed in their home before joining the carnival, as well as his remorse for Pete's death. Harrington brings Ezra Grindle, a strong man, to Stan. Grindle wants to get in touch with Dory, his long-lost illegitimate lover who passed away after a forced miscarriage. Stan starts swindling Grindle and starts drinking despite Ritter's warnings that Grindle is dangerous. As she grows more uneasy, Molly decides to leave Stan after finding out about the affair with Ritter. She refuses to stay despite his requests and only agrees to assist him once more. She assumes the role of Dory so that Stan can perform his grand gesture and summon Dory to Grindle. Grindle, on the other hand, escapes his control and grabs Molly, revealing himself to be a violent abuser of women who is driven by remorse over Dory. He brutally threatens Stan after realizing Dory is a phony, and Stan then murders him. As they go, Molly permanently breaks up with Stan. When Stan asks Ritter for assistance, he learns that she has been defrauding him and keeping the money for herself the entire time. She laments learning that he was nothing more than a simple, money-motivated criminal. In case he tries to blame her, she notifies the police and threatens to share the recordings of their sessions as proof that he is mentally ill. She shoots Stan when he attacks her, and he runs away. Stanton spends years living as a hobo because he is a wanted man who is hurt, homeless, and addicted to alcohol. When all else fails, he makes an effort to land a position at another carnival. When the owner is about to turn him away, he gives him a drink and a temporary position as the new geek. When Stan is finally broken, he agrees and says, "Mister, I was born for it," laughing and then sobbing. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.